Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. Today I wanted to do a few question and answers. So I had a really good question come to me on my Facebook page, Heart and Soul. If you're not following it, please do. So I'm gonna turn away from the camera here real quick just so I can read it, so I hope that you can hear me. So the question is, when you write a book, do you write it in the order it appears, or do you skip around when you get an idea for something that you know will happen later in the story? The answer to that is yes, I do a little bit of both. With the first book in the Heart and Soul series, Set It Free, I'll be honest with you, none of that was written in order. It all just came to me really out of succession, and I just wrote it down as it came to me. And then once I felt like I had all the chapters in that first part of their story, it was like a big puzzle piece that I just had to start putting it together, that, okay, well, this is the timeline now. And it's probably not the way most teachers would encourage to write a book, but it's the way it happened in the first book for me. In the second book in the Heart and Soul series, Let It Go, I did a little bit of both. The reason for that is because I wrote a lot of the chapters for the second book while I was writing the first book, because the ideas were coming to me. So I needed to make sure I got them down. But I tried to stay on track. And in the third book, I stayed on track, and in the fourth book now I've been staying on track. And by on track, I mean I'm writing it in succession. And the reason that I can do that now, and the reason that it's easier for me now, is because I have somebody who reads the chapters as I write them. That somebody is my husband. He has become invested in the characters and in their story, and he wants to know what's happening next. So that pushes me to stay on track and not hop around so much. However, if an idea is really, really tickling at me and really just getting in there and needs to be heard and it needs to be part of the story, I don't let it go. I will stop everything I'm doing and let it form, and then I'll just figure out where it goes later. So that is the answer to that question. My next question is, I get this one a lot. Who inspired you? What authors inspired you? I think the very first actual novel that I picked up to read was by Sidney Sheldon, and I fell in love with his stories: suspense, murder, mystery, passion, a little bit of romance. He just really spun a good tale, so I really liked his books. And then I did start reading the romance novels. Johanna Lindsey was always a favorite of mine. Nora Roberts has been a huge inspiration. LaVyrle Spencer, big inspiration. One of her books I actually repeatedly will read at least once a year. It's called Twice Loved. I love that. So it's such a good story. It's so frustrating, but it's just full of their love, and you just really get invested in those characters. But I think my biggest inspiration of all is Miss Jackie Collins. And I actually have an autographed picture, autographed to me by Miss Jackie Collins. How did I get this? I get this question a lot too. Well, I wrote her and I asked for one, so she sent me one. And may she rest in peace, but she left a legacy behind. Her books always centered around fame, which Set It Free centers around that, and too, as well as, well, the whole series centers around that because it's about an actress and a rock star. But she really just pushed the envelope with the content, with the steaminess, with just really how brave she was as a writer to, you know, just put something there that you're like, oh wow, she actually said that. So there are times when I'm writing and I'm telling the story of my characters, and I sometimes wonder, you know, God, you know, should I put that in there? Is that going to offend somebody? Is somebody going to cringe when they read that? Is that just really, really tacky? And a lot of times I think to myself, what would Jackie do? And, you know, she tells me to go for it. So I have her here. This is my writing area in the background here. I have this framed picture of her here at my desk, and she greets me every morning, and every morning I tell her, Jackie, I'm ready, pass me the torch, let's go. So she is probably my main inspiration, just a thrill ride, an escape, and that's what reading really is all about. For me, I read for that escape. I don't want to read too, you know, analytical, technical books, anything like that. For me, it's just all about the romance and escaping into someone else's world and to really get into those characters. So, long-winded answer, but Miss Jackie Collins, overall, the best inspiration to me. May she rest in peace. I really miss her work a lot. So, those are the two questions I wanted to cover for you today. Please send me more. I love answering your questions, and I will be back soon for some more videos and talking about some fun stuff and projects coming up along the way, and more about topics of what inspires me and how I write. So follow me on Instagram, Heart and Soul, Brooke GT. Follow me on Facebook, Heart and Soul, and please go check out my website to learn a little bit more about me, brookegillespietrout.com. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good day.